Hey guys, this is SF and welcome to Monster of the Week. This week is, of course, the new Transcension of Jeanne Dark, and she has a really nice new ability called Regen, but her null abilities are Gravity Barrier, no Gravity Barrier, and no Warp. Strike Shot is the same as her Ascension, and then Bum Combo is Energy Circle L and then an attack up, and she's also a Blast type, so Energy Circle L is the same as Lucy. So for people who listened or watched my Random Talk Sundays, then you'll kind of know what she does in terms of her new ability called Regen. And I'm bringing her into Izanami because I couldn't really find a cool dungeon to bring her in. And then I'm just bringing like really random like non-water monsters because Izanami is relatively easy now. But the Regen, basically it heals you up for 2000 HP. So it's every single turn. So basically she gets a mend for 2000 every single turn. Now it stacks with mend berries. Of course, mend berries themselves also stack. Even if you have more than one onto like Jeanne as well. So if Jeanne has like 2 mends, I think it's 800 per S class. So she can have 16 if it's just normal S, and then plus the 2000, which is 3600 per turn. It's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, but it's always nice to have a little bit of recovery. And you can also stack with more Jeannes. So you have 4 Jeannes, then you basically heal 8000 per turn. So it's not as much as a heart, but you can save off some damage, especially when you get trolled with no hearts in some dungeons. But I wouldn't bring her to like something like for example, when I did Cleopatra into Nyaikana, which is really good for the healing. I would not bring her into those types of dungeons where you have no hearts and it's like the unfavorable element. It's good for no heart dungeons, but it's not good for things that like ghouls with ghosts, the individual HPs like Origami or Kane for recent ones, because if she's a ghost, then if she's a ghost, then she will not heal herself back up. Unlike most mend berries who can heal yourself back up to over 0, the Regen does not, because the main reason is because when you turn into a ghost, your abilities are nulled or ability locked basically. So her Regen doesn't proc, and then she won't get over 0% at 0 HP, which turns her back into like a normal. Of course, Mend can help you with that, so you can probably bring Mend. And when she's actually alive, that is not a ghost. When she's not a ghost, then she would actually heal up 2000, which is really good for those types of for individual HP dungeons. But you just gotta be careful that she doesn't turn into a ghost. But the main part about, well, there goes that new ability, but the main strength of Jeanne is the Energy Circle L, and it is a Blast type. So it's the same power and of course the same distance as Lucy. In my opinion though, like when you compare it to Lucy and Jeanne, of course they have different abilities. I think Lucy is a little bit better just because the barrier is a little bit more stronger than the Regen. And for ability wise, you can use that. You can use Gravity Barriers to position for a Bump Combo, which is pretty much, which is not bad. And Strike Shot wise, it's kind of you don't really need to argue that Lucy's is a lot better than Jeanne. And one more. I guess I'll go for let's see. Yep. But another thing that some people might not know about Jeanne in terms of her kit is the attack up bump combo. What that attack bump combo does is whenever a monster hits Jeanne, the monster will get an attack boost. It is a 15% attack boost, so it's 1.15%, and of course it increases everything like attack stat, bump combo, or strike shot if it scales with attack. The only bad part is that the attack up will only last for that shot. So let's try it with one of my monsters here. So right now my monster has an attack up, and right after the shot, the attack up is gone. So that's something you have to worry about. It's very good when you're trying to get that little attack boost to do one shots. So for example, things like Skyomi, where you want to one shot monsters. And it's also good for, oh, that is not good, but it's also good for barely survived. But it's very good for overriding attack down. So a good example is Skyomi with her attack down explosion in the boss stage. If that monster has an attack down, you can hit Jeanne to, of course, override it and get that attack boost at the same time. So it's very, very strong in that sense. But it's not really good for like the normal, just for the attack boost, in my opinion. Let's use Hades, because why not? Right now Jeanne is not a good position for a bump combo. In terms of dungeons, like basically the first round of Impossibles, because she is a no gravity and no warp, so Kushinada, Izanami, Yamato Takeru. Skyomi is probably the best out of the 5, and of course Izanagi. Other ones, Izanagi 0, the regen really helps with no hard dungeons. Eden, although she is a bounce, her bump combo can do some work, and her strike shot makes her a pierce monster, and I somehow survived that. Okay. And then what other ones? Nirvana. You can kind of bring it to Doom. Let's get a heart. So you've probably seen it. It creates either a heart. It doesn't definitely create a heart, but if there's no items on the floor, then it will create some item. What is the strike shot? I forgot the strike shot. Oh, it's just spread shot. If there's nothing on the map, then of course it will create some item, and then if there's an item that can be upgraded, then it will upgrade that item. You can also use it for just the stat amplifier, because it's really strong. It's surprisingly strong for people that just think that, oh, it's only for the item upgrade. But it's actually very good in just dealing damage. So if you can get a good left and right swipe through a boss, and it'll deal like millions of damage. I think up to 2 million. I wouldn't say like up to like 3 or 4 million, but you can get to 2 million, especially on a light monster. But Jeanne is a very sharp monster, but it's lacking in terms of carry potential, mainly. Because of course the energy circle is not as strong as it was like 2 years ago when Lucy first came. There are better bump combos that it's easier to position for, and her strike shot's okay, but not as strong as some of the best ones that can do damage and mob clear at the same time. Hers is mainly for support, utility, or just single target damage either on the boss. And then attack up is kind of like an add-on. Regen is kind of like an add-on, but of course versatility in the double abilities. It is a good strong monster overall. It's just not a very OP monster. It's kind of like that second tier 2 or 3 tiers down the list. But that's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.